of a ship's bell which had been secretly recovered from what's now a protected war grave. The bell comes from the SS Mendi, which sank off the Isle of Wight a century ago with a loss of 600 lives. This is the first time it's been seen in public since the sinking. Here's Steve Humphrey's exclusive report.
It is just before 6 o'clock in the morning. Yesterday I was given an anonymous tip-off that the bell from the SS Mendi was going to be left for me near the entrance to Swanage Pier. And that looks very much like a bell-shaped package, and it's got my name on it. I first heard rumours about the bell from the SS Mendi over 30 years ago. So here it is. Wow, look at that. I am almost certain that this is the bell from the SS Mendi, the troop ship that sank with such huge loss of life back in February 1917. The Mendi went down off the Isle of Wight after being hit by another ship. 646 people died. 607 of them were black troops from the South African Labour Corps, bound for the Western Front to work as manual labourers.
Is it just a rounded top with a hole in it?
The Isle of Wight man who discovered the wreck of the Mendi back in 1974 says the emergence of the bell is very significant.
How important is the bell? It's very important. We always say that the bell is the heart of the ship. It's something that's in use all the time. It's used for ringing the watches. It's just a major part of any ship, and it's wonderful that it's come out, especially on this centenary year. There's been a rumour for a long time that it was somewhere, but we never managed to substantiate that. And for it to come to light now is just wonderful.
The wall of names at Hollybrook Cemetery in Southampton highlights the scale of the disaster. Earlier this year, the 100th anniversary was marked with a special service.
They did get on board that ship because they were patriotic. They were serving both the Union of South Africa and the King.
Right across South Africa, the story of the Mendi and the bravery of the hundreds of men who perished is proudly remembered.
Hallelujah!
The wreck of the Mendi has only relatively recently been given enhanced protection as a military grave. In previous years, there had been a requirement to report finds. A decision about what happens to the bell will be made by the official receiver of wreck.
One of the first things that we're going to try and do is to determine legal ownership of the bell and to get into correspondence with the owner and try and determine what they would like to see happen to it in the longer term.
Attached to the bell when it was left in Swanage was a letter explaining why it had been entrusted to me. Steve Humphrey, could you please take charge of this bell? I know of its historical importance to South African heritage. If I handed it in myself, it might not go to the rightful place. The emergence of the bell is hugely significant, and there will now be many discussions about where it should be put on permanent display. Steve Humphrey, BBC South Today.
A second soldier from Wiltshire has died.